Today we're going to read Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andrea, illustrated by Guy Parker Reese. This story is about Gerald the giraffe who wants nothing more than to dance. Some kind words from an unlikely friend helps him realize his dream. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really bad. The warthogs started waltzing and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing round. He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I am dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." Okay, so let's see if we can draw Gerald the giraffe. We are going to start off using pencil and draw a sideways letter U that's kind of pointy. Now we're going to draw 2 lines. with a little muffin line on the top. We're going to draw our second one with 2 lines and a muffin shape on the top and a line connecting the 2 of those. Now we're ready to draw the ear. We only need to draw one from this particular point of view. I draw mine like a leaf. Voila! Now we're going to draw the neck. Start from underneath that chin and draw a curved line. Draw a second curved line from the ear and follow the neck just like I did. Now we're going to draw the belly, and it's going to wrap around and connect to the neck. Remember, these are cartoon giraffes. They do not have to look realistic. Start in the middle of that little belly and draw a curved line that ends just outside of the body. Draw another curved line. And I like to erase that extra part. 2 lines straight down. A little bump and a bump for the knobby ankles of the giraffe. And then a paintbrush hoof. Awesome. Now we're going to draw another leg kicking up. So a rainbow line at the top above that, and then 2 diagonal lines going up. I bet you remember that we're going to draw 2 bumps for those knobby ankles and a paintbrush hoof. I like to draw a line across there. Alright, so we are ready for the arms, which are actually legs, right? Start in the middle of the neck or a little bit below. 2 vertical lines going down. I'm going to bring mine up a little more into the neck like that. Now I'm going to round out that little part to make a kind of a nubby elbow look. 2 vertical lines, a bump, and then a paintbrush hoof. And I'm ready to draw my second arm / leg right behind it. So on the neck line, I'm going to draw 2 more vertical lines going down, or diagonal, sorry about that. And then you're going to basically do the same exact thing. 2 lines going up, 2 bumps. I'm running off the paper, not going to freak out about that. I kind of like it. He's dancing right off the page. Alright, this guy looks like he's having fun. Let's remember his tail. A nice skinny tail. However you want to draw your tail is awesome, with some kind of little poof at the bottom. Great. Alright, now we get to add the face. I'm going to draw 2 little lines. You can draw whatever kind of eyes you want, and then I make a little curve for the smile and 2 little lines for the nostril. Draw whatever kind of face you want. Now we're ready for some shapes on our giraffe, the spots. These spots are organic shapes, meaning they're not squares, they're not circles, they're kind of unusual, non-perfect shapes. And they're often bigger than you might think. Now, the times that they do get small is when They go toward the feet, down the legs, and up the neck toward the head. They do get smaller. This guy looks like he's having fun. Oh, I forgot to draw the mane. So by the ear, I'm going to draw down, go over my top arm, go behind the other one, and I'm coloring it in just so you can see what I did. If I were you, I would wait until I had crayons.